We were talking a little bit. You said you were hanging out in the studio with Roddy Rich, but y'all didn't necessarily work on anything. But what brought y'all together in the same room?
Actually, how was it? I'm trying to remember. We went to a party. Who invited us to that party? Okay, you know what? Actually, it was Marshmallow's manager, Mo.
Shout out to Mo. Homie. Yeah, Mo used to manage Roddy back a few years ago. Yeah,
Mo's a homie, and he invited us. We were gonna do something actually with 808. That's what it was. We still got something in the talks with 808. The producer.
Shout out to Southside.
Yeah, shout out to Southside, man. We were actually working on something, and then we went to a party where 808 was gonna be that, and they invited us. I was like, "This bro," and that's where Roddy Rich was at. And then, you know, we all fans of Roddy Rich, right? So
of course.
We took a picture with Roddy Rich, and then. He was at the studio. He was working on something. We just pulled up right there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's crazy too, cause like I feel like I've been seeing Drake like tap in more with like, or at least OVO tap in more with like the movement of like the corrido shit. Like, is it kind of crazy to see? Cause you know, it's wild for so long. You know, when we would think about like Spanish music here in America, we think about Daddy Yankee. We think about Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Mexicans are like America, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's crazy to see that kind of switch and what you guys are doing becoming kind of like the forefront of Spanish music, as to where before I feel like what was happening in Puerto Rico and Colombia and all that was like the forefront. But like for you, is it kind of crazy to see a guy like Drake like tap into the genre?
It's crazy as hell. You know what's crazy? He tapped in, and he tapped in the people that he's doing something with, like It was with us. I have a record label.
Street Mob
Records, and that's where we got Chino Pacas, and he tapped in with Chino Pacas.
He signed to you?
Yeah, Chino Pacas signed to me, but we did a deal with him for one album.
With Drake?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's like an OVO Street Mob.
He had a new label called PFL.
Oh, shit.
He had a new label called PFL. And pretty much, all the OVO gang, pretty much hopping out.
So
we're doing a collab, pretty much. My label and Drake's label are gonna help out Chino. You know, we working on his album right now.
Is Drake on some of this?
Oh no, man.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy, huh?
What's that like? Like, has it been a cool process, like collaborating with OVO on an artist?
Bro, for us, it's been a cool experience, man. Tapping into like the hip hop world and the Anglo side, you know.
Right.
Especially the work they've been doing on Chino is dope, man. It's a different vibe, and Chino's been getting like that exposure, like more on the Anglo side.
No, I saw him Chino got brought out at the Drake tour here in LA.
Yeah,
like he was like hanging out
with Drake right there.
Like I think what's the name of the DJ? Zach Bia played one of his records. Yeah, and the crowd was crazy.
The little kid doing it, man. He got Drake right there as a co-signer, man.
What do you think, being from LA, man? Like obviously, you also grew up listening to hip hop.
Of course. What
do you think about the Kendrick Drake?
Shit, man. I don't know, man. I ain't getting in that one.
You're like, I got business with OVO right now.
Yeah, I ain't getting in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. You starting your label, obviously you coming, from Rancho Humilde, which is, one of the most iconic Spanish labels ever. Jimmy has kicked doors down that nobody else has ever kicked down. Was he really supportive of you doing your own label?
I mean, at first, it's like, but yeah, man. He fucks with it, but at first it was like, it was like, oh, it was so all these labels. Everybody was wanting to make a label,
Right.
But now he fucks with it, bro. He got the biggest label right now, man. We got to give it up to him for sure. The biggest Mexican label.
For sure.
There is right now.
Plus he had that like legendary deal. I think it was with Universal, right? Bro, this fucking fly that got let in is just everywhere.
And that motherfucker, he's on top.
Yeah, the fly will not go away.
He's in here. He's gonna be a podcast.
Featuring the fly and
Fuerza
JOP.
And the fly, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But no, you were saying, so like eventually, like he obviously saw your take, because like you say, everybody wants to do a label, but like, can you take it serious?
He probably didn't take it serious at first and stuff until he probably seen we were really serious, and we got some talents and. Yeah, man.
How many artists are on your roster?
Huh?
How many artists are on your roster?
We got like more than 10 for sure.
That's crazy, bro.
But we don't like to have too many.
Yeah.
Because we want to pay attention. So we got the ones I can mention right now is like the ones that are doing it. Like Chino Pacas, Calle 24, Clave Especial. They've been killing it lately. And then we got a lot of upcoming talent too that. And then we got some talent that kind of haven't been putting in their effort into it that killed it,
Yeah,
But
for sure.
We just try to give them. How you say animos? Like try to pump them up.
Yeah, try to pump them up. Give them
Pump
some
them up, you know,
motivation.
get a motivation. We share the workspace. Hey, come on,
them
get to work. Get to work. Yeah.
Do you have like a compound where everybody just can work
Right now
out?
we got a little. It's a crib.
Okay.
So it's like the content
Just
crib. You know,
every room's got a studio in it?
everything's just. You walk in that motherfucker, you just all day music, man.
That's fire, man. Talk to me, man. Like, I think like the crazy thing about your genre of music is like you guys will tell other people's stories through music.
Yeah.
And with that, at times can like I always think about like when like from the American side, like we always hear about like some of the like bad shit about like the regional Mexican genre in terms of dealing with stuff down south at times, and like obviously. I just saw this video yesterday of Chileno getting the note passed to him not to perform the song, and then he got killed the next day. Is it like, have you ever ran into anything hairy, like when it comes to like, or turned down doing a record that was about something because you didn't want to get into like any sort of like?
Nah, man, we just try to, it's cool. We seeing about everything. We just seen stories, bro. Like
Right.
more than anything, stories that are already out there.
Right.
We try to not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be careful. Like be selective.
Be
like
careful,
oh, the shit's out there.
It's like white flag.
Right.
White flag. Peace. We come in peace.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy too, because like for people who don't know, like like the corrido shit is like if you are into hip hop and you're into like like Young Jeezy or Rick Ross, it's like the trap version of regional Mexican music.
It's a little harder than that.
It's much harder for sure. If you actually,
it's more like if you know,
Right.
That's
for sure.
it. Like we don't. It's more something like a topic that we don't. I'm pretty sure nobody likes to talk about it too much. But for me, it's more like I'd rather not speak about it.
For sure.
It's like if you know, you know.
I was gonna ask you like, talking about crossing over. Like, how important is that for you, being a kid that grew up in Riverside and San Bernardino, to like get, maybe get some of that crossover English audience? Like, do you care?
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, I'm Mexican American, so I'm just like you. You were born over here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just like you,
Phoenix,
just have a little bit of Mexican roots, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mexican parents. But we grew up with all that, bro. Listening to Lil Wayne, Drake, just everybody. Even Tupac, Biggie, we bumping all that shit.
Right.
So, and we were bumping the Chalino, all the Mexican shit too. So it's just in our culture, and I think it's us, like we got the chains, like we got the swag.
Nah, I
here,
mean, it's funny because the first artist I ever got put onto that was kind of younger and doing like the shit y'all are doing is my artist Alexis showed me, and Natanael Cano.
Yeah,
Natanael
Cano.
Yeah, like what was
Yeah.
that, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And he was like in Supreme, and he had like double cups of lean and shit.
Yeah.
But he was singing like,
Mexican.
yeah.
He came from Mexico, and he came over here with us because he got signed to the same label I was. And everybody was double fucking Herencia Patrones was double cupping. So
I was like, these fools look like rappers.
Yeah, when he came, he was a little kid. He came over here. That fool he's a talented ass kid, bro. He's killing it right now. But when he came over here, he's more Mexicaned up. When he got over here, he got the swag. You know what I'm saying? The American swag, straight up, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
He got the American swag, and he's seen like Herencia Patrones with the double cups.
Yeah.
He's seen everybody rocking with chains, and he's like, hey, let me get some of those.
These motherfuckers look like rappers.
Yeah, that's what it is,
sure.
man. I think we got really inspired, bro. The label too, Rancho Humilde, man. Everybody, we all American. So the label Rancho Humilde started signing Mexican talent because you know what? It's harder to find a Mexican American that does this.
For sure.
And that does it good. It's not too
For
much.
sure.
It's not too much. It's really, like right now, off my top of my head, I only think of Eslabón Armado, Herencia de Patrones, and like Marca Me Pe, that I know that they're like Mexican American, but the rest are all fully Mexican.
Right.
They got the better lingo. They're from over there, so